Add federal investigators now to those looking into the hanging of a noose in the garage stall of the NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace. This at the Talladega Speedway in Alabama. The FBI and the Civil Rights Division today saying they will look into this incident. Wallace, the only African-American driver in NASCAR's top series, led the charge to have NASCAR ban Confederate flags at the tracks. Fellow drivers and sports stars like LeBron James tweeting their support for Wallace in the wake of this noose incident. Joining me now is Bill Lester, a former NASCAR driver himself, author of the forthcoming memoir, Winning in Reverse. Bill, thank you for your time today. Just as a black man who drove in NASCAR, at one time you were the sole black man driving for NASCAR, now Bubba Wallace is. What goes through your mind when you hear he speaks out, he has the Black Lives Matter logo on his car, he comes back to his garage stall and there's a noose?
Yeah, it's frankly unbelievable. You know, it's so sad and unfortunate that that's the case. You know, it's a clear indication that this country has a long way to go. I applaud NASCAR and commend them for making the statement they've made with regard to equality and making the environment welcoming for everybody. But for some, they're just not able to apparently let go of their old ways. They need to get with the times.
I want to read you part of Bubba Wallace's statement. He said, "We will not be deterred by the reprehensible actions of those who seek to spread hate. This will not break me. I will not give in, nor will I back down. I will continue to proudly stand for what I believe in." Help us, because you can understand the space he finds himself. When you were driving at NASCAR, was there a lot of overt racism? Did you feel welcome?
You know, I really didn't feel very welcome. I was booed at a number of tracks on the circuit and didn't understand why. Talladega, where he's competing today, is one of those tracks. It's very difficult, some of these environments, and some of the fans that are there, they just live in a time warp. It's no reason for them to continue to try to use the rebel flag as their symbol. They should be using the American flag. And as far as Bubba is concerned, I mean, I have so much support for him, and I commend him on what he's doing, the stand he's taken, and the position he continues to put forward as far as equality and justice. It's not a Black Lives Matter to the exclusion of everybody else. It's we matter too. Black lives matter just as much as everybody else's. And, you know, a lot of those folks have that message twisted. They believe that we should be above everybody else or something to that degree from what I've read on social media, and nothing could be further from the truth.
That's very well put. You mentioned the flag. NASCAR did take the bold step at Bubba Wallace's request, and say we're going to take that off of our tracks. Our great sports reporter Andy Scholes, I was talking to him last hour, and he said across the street from the track, a lot of vendors are selling the Confederate flag, and they say the sales have actually gone up since NASCAR decided not to allow it on the tracks. We saw a plane flying overhead in Talladega saying defund NASCAR with a Confederate flag tailing behind it. This is a debate the country is having right now. You see Confederate statues and Confederate portraits coming down around the country as people see this opportunity to take them down. But one of those people saying this is a bad idea is the President of the United States. Listen.
The unhinged left-wing mob is trying to vandalize our history, desecrate our monuments, our beautiful monuments. You want to save that beautiful heritage of ours. We have a great heritage. We're a great country. You are so lucky I'm president. That's all I can tell you.
You can comment on the last part if you wish, but I really want your take. At this moment where I hope the country is listening and learning, the president talks about this as our great heritage, and they want to vandalize our heritage. How would you answer that in the context of what he's talking about here is the Confederate flag or Confederate monuments?
Well, the statements that he makes, statements like that are just divisive. It's unfortunate that he doesn't realize that we are all Americans. We all need to live together and coexist peacefully. And what we are doing as far as the black community is concerned is making it very clear that we are unhappy with and tired of being put in the back seat effectively. And we require and we insist on our equal rights, equal justice, lack of racial profiling, police brutality. We're tired of it. And so the Black Lives Matter movement is something that speaks to that. It speaks to equality, stop the discrimination, stop all these things that try to demean us and put us down. We are equal and should be treated equal as Americans. And for the president to make some of the statements that he makes that further incense people is not productive. I don't understand what his method is or what he's trying to accomplish, but all it does is incense people. I would hope that he would be a president that would stand for and promote unity, but that clearly is not the case.
Bill Lester, really grateful for your thoughts and insights today. This heinous news incident will be investigated, but more broadly, I very much appreciate your insights and perspective at this very important moment. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, sir. Take care.